Okay, well, our purpose here tonight is to install our new 2016 officers for the Whatcom County Chapter of Medical Assistants. And we have a tri-level organization. So the three candles in front represent the different levels that we have. The tallest one in the middle, it represents our national organization, which is the AAMA. Kind of our mothership in the organization. Then we also have a state level, and that is the Washington State Society of Medical Assistants, WSSMA. And then we also have a local level, which is the county, and that is Whatcom County Chapter of Medical Assistants, which is what we represent here today and what officers we are installing. Definitely convinced that being involved in this organization is the best place for us as medical assistants to assure continuing education, networking with other medical professionals, and keeping on top of legislative things that might be important to our right to practice as a medical assistant. Things definitely do sometimes change. The wonderful thing about having the tri-level organization and having the AAMA is that we have lobbying and legal representation as well. So when there are things that affect our right to practice, they go to bat for us, they help. They help us on a national level, on a state level, and things vary from state to state. So what you can do as a medical assistant, you know, in one state definitely can be different from another state. So it does vary. But the American Association of Medical Assistants, you know, keeps track of all of that and is a great resource when you have any questions, you're not sure, maybe, you know, even things in your clinic or place that you work. If you're not sure if it's something that you can do or should do, or you have any questions about your right to practice in your place of employment, they are a great resource and you can certainly contact them. So they definitely have a great staff there as well. They're very friendly, they're very helpful. So they are knowledgeable and can definitely direct you. And if your employers have questions as well, they can certainly be directed if they have questions about a medical assistant's right to practice, or they're not sure, or you need, you know, some backing in your responsibilities and things that you can do. It's definitely a resource for that too. So it's a resource for us as medical assistants, it's a resource for employees, employers, both sides. So it's great to be able to have that. As you can see, we have a theme of Mardi Gras tonight. Part of that is because I just got back from New Orleans. This was my first day back at work, so it was an interesting ride. And thank goodness, as Anthony said, he does work in our clinic as well, and he was able to help me this morning, so that was much appreciated, and I was grateful to be able to have help getting back into the swing of our crazy schedule. The Mardi Gras theme I thought was interesting as well, because when I was at Mardi Gras, I mean, I'd known bits and pieces of Mardi Gras, but I'd never physically been to one, so I didn't really know what Mardi Gras season was all about, and that is exactly what they call it, Mardi Gras season, because it really takes over life there in New Orleans from February 3rd this year until February 9th. And the interesting thing about the Mardi Gras as well is that all of the floats are represented by different crews. And it's called crew. Our family has two crews that are represented. This one is not the fish, but we wondered about the koi. It's actually the crew of Iris. And the couple of aunts ride on that float. And then the crew of Bacchus is another cousin, and that is David, and he rides on that. So it was very interesting to see the organization of the crews, and their celebration of Mardi Gras kind of reminded me of our annual state conference, where everybody comes together, everybody's represented from different states, and you know, you all come together and you celebrate getting beads and trinkets, and it was a wonderful family time. Actually, it was a lot of fun, lots of kids and families of all ages. And the aunts who are 70 years old still go to every parade, and they're up till midnight. I mean, they don't go to bed. They celebrate this, and it's very important to them. So in light of that, it made me think of our organization as well, because it is. It's something that you dedicate your life to. It's important, something that's worth being a part of, and there's a great camaraderie of coming together as an organization whenever we meet as a chapter, when we meet on the state level, and when we meet on the national level. So it was fun to see the similarities of that. Our officers definitely carry on the traditions of our organization, but also represent us on a national, state, and a local level. So wherever you go, you are representing your profession as a medical assistant and the professionalism of the organization. So it kind of reminds me also, when I'm talking about the leadership of our group, the royalty of a Mardi Gras crew. So they have royalty that is elected as well, and they ride on the floats, and it's a very big honor. And I always feel that way when I'm in office in part of this organization as well. It is a great honor to be able to represent my chapter, my state, and I'm very proud of having a place in an organization that honors leadership and helps to train us in leadership and gives us opportunities for leadership skills. So those of you who are still students, someday you may be seeking a leadership position as well. It also already sounds like you've got some going on in your club, so good for you. We welcome you. When you get to that point as well, we'd love to be able to have you join our organization as well in a leadership role. Right now, I would like to call our officers forward. So our current president is Dave Weinstein. He will be moving into our vice president role. Go ahead and come on up. And Christy is going to be moving into the president. So I'll have her come up as well. And Anthony will be continuing as secretary, and Carol will be continuing as treasurer. Yeah, you could go ahead and sit right there. So thank you, Dave, for all that you have done and how you stepped up to the president role. I was very proud of you, and I have been impressed with your dedication to this organization. I really appreciate all that you have done for us and worked so hard to keep us on the map. That is fantastic. That is great. And Christy, I'm so excited to have you stepping up this year to come into the president position. That is very exciting. Anthony continuing on as secretary, and Carol as treasurer. I'm going to start with Carol. So what I'll have you do is you can just stand right in your place for now. And read over that. So Carol Young, CMAC, AAMA, will be continuing on as our treasurer. It will be your duty to see that our chapter remains fiscally sound. You will keep a detailed account of receipts and disbursements and give regular reports of financial status to the chapter. I want to say congratulations and thank you so much for your dedication to this organization. Congratulations, your efforts are greatly appreciated. Appreciate you. I will please come over and you can light this first candle. So this one, slide that forward and then hit that. And if that doesn't work, I do have matches as well. Oh no, yay, it works. All right, I have a little treasure bag for you once you get your candle lit. Oh, there we go. Yay, perfect. All right, so in Carol's treasure bag, she gets the gold beads with the money. And she also, silver and gold. She keeps track of her money, so she gets silver as well. Coordinated. Yes, absolutely. And since some of our money is green, she also gets the green. These beads are little faces, which I thought was interesting because as medical assistants, We are the faces of medical assisting profession in our organization, and so this represents us as medical assistants all across the state. And then just another fun thing, since Mardi Gras is fun, you get a light barrel of yes, indeed.
I won't get lost in the parking lot.
Absolutely. Right? So it's good for when you're trying to find your car. Right. Absolutely. You just want to have fun. You just give it a, and it's therapeutic too, because you just give it a good slam and it lights up. So it's good. And there is yours.
Thank you.
You may have a seat. Thank you, Carol. All right, then we have Anthony. Go ahead and come forward, Anthony. It will be your duty to keep all the records for the organization by recording its actions, progress, and history in our meeting minutes. Congratulations and thank you for your dedication to Whatcom County Chapter of Medical Assistants. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. Go ahead and light your candle. I'll get your little goodie bag here. Perfect. Okay, so you also get some lighted goodness as well there. Definitely. Light the way when you're doing your meeting minutes there. Barrel of beads for you, and also the faces of medical assistants represented all over the world. You are a part of that. That's very exciting. And then you also have to be on the ball and take those minutes. So here is a ball to keep you on track and making sure that we have everything that we need recorded for history. There you go. Thank you. All right. Then there is Dave. You may stand and step forward. Your year will be filled with thoughtful planning and learning and understanding. You should be familiar with your chapter bylaws, and you are, because you have definitely been instigating for a long time for us to get that done. You will be conducting meetings in the absence of the president, and since you have been the president for the last couple of years, you've certainly got lots of practice in that. It is your duty as vice president to harmonize your efforts with the activities of the president. And historically, the vice president is in charge of coordinating the educational offerings of the chapter, but you'll work together with the president to provide programs. And you have also been doing that, so that should be easy for you. So congratulations. Thank you for your service to Whatcom County Chapter of Medical Assistants. Definitely greatly appreciate your enthusiasm for your job and also our organization.
Thank you.
You may light your candle. Ah, look at you, aren't you clever? That's why you were president. All right, well, I do have some treasures for you too, Dave. I do. And since, you know, you get to follow Christy around, you need some big bubbles there.
Where are these
track,
bands?
yes. On a float.
Okay.
And you get the crown for vice president, so your vice president crown.
Yeah.
The many faces of medical assisting represented right here, and you are a part of that. And you also get a lighted ball, because you too will need to be on the ball and help keep everything on track. Definitely. But I also could not pass this up. When I got this, it says live to ride and ride to live, and it just looked like a day.
That's perfect.
So
It is.
yes,
It is.
yes, indeed.
Very nice.
So that's you as well. Congratulations, Dave. Thank you very much. Oh, and then there's Christy. Welcome. Christy, as president, you have the highest honor that your chapter can bestow on any of its members.
Okay.
And we appreciate that. It is your responsibility to understand the goals and the objectives of your chapter. You will be the voice of the organization and represent medical assistants in community affairs. It will be your devotion and example that will stimulate and encourage other members. Your time and talent will be at the disposal of the association, and your personal preferences will often submerge for the greater welfare of its members. Yes, as you know, being involved in any organization is a part of your entire life. That is true. At times, you will meet with criticism, but it is often offset by the great reward and appreciation that you receive for adhering to the high principles and goals of our society. And I know you will do well as that. As president, you will preside at all the meetings, appoint any needed committees, strive always to keep your association character noble with true professionalism. Thank you so much for stepping up to be our 2016 president. I'm so excited to have you join that. I'm sure that you will do a wonderful job. Thank you for your dedication to Whatcom County Chapter of Medical Assistants. I appreciate you. You can go ahead and light your candle there. I'll do that at the end.
Smart mistake.
I'll see.
All right. Well, you get the big crown. Crowns, yes. And since, you know, it kind of consumes you morning, day, and night. The stars there, remember that it's your whole life. Yes, absolutely. Representing the faces of medical assistants everywhere. Tiny compass, but you know, it's better than none at all. And you get the Balkanator because you will need to rule with, yes, your Balkanator there.
I can
light it.
get out of line.
Exactly. And once you get the paper up, I mean, it's styrofoam, you know. Yeah, you can take care of things and get down to business if you need to.
I like that.
Congratulations, Christy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
These are beautiful.
Yes. Thank you very much to all of our officers. Okay, now that we have our installation of officers here, I would like everyone else to stand. And now I would like to invite members, and are all of you members? Are you members as well? Not members as well.
Not yet.
Not yet, but you will be, future members.
Will be.
Absolutely. Much of the success of our chapter depends on you as a member and the support and cooperation, enthusiasm for the organization as well. Oftentimes, you know, we need help with things and you may be counted upon to help out, and it's greatly appreciated. So it's a team effort. So if you pledge your support to your chosen leadership, please say yes.
Yes.
Yay.
Who said no?
Thank you.
Yes, but yeah.
Then it is my pleasure to present to you our 2016 officers. Let's give them another hand. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. You may have a seat. And then I would also like to recognize our delegates. So we do have the annual conference that's coming up, and our president and vice president go as delegates as well. But we also have a delegate, Carolyn Sherwin. We have our first alternate delegate, and that is Anthony Ilian. Our second alternate delegate is Carol Jans, and our third alternate delegate is Sue Rodenberger. So this year we'll definitely be well represented. And the important thing about having the alternates is sometimes things come up, and if somebody can't attend conference, or we've even sometimes had someone, you know, get sick at a conference and not be able to attend. So when you have the alternates, you have somebody who's able to step in. They're already there, we're ready to go, and we're covered when we get to the House of Delegates. So thank you very much for that as well. Yay. That is all that I have. Does anyone have any questions of our officers?
I have a statement.
Okay, very good.
I just want to say thank you guys, because
Yes.
we do really need you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the time and effort.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Yeah.
And there should be a boatload of us here, and it makes me selfish.
We'll work on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That might have
Bribery,
something to do with the CEU.
We thought food would have been enough, but apparently it's got to go to the green stuff.
Next month, our speaker is going to be from our clinic. We have 2 doctors of audiology in our clinic, and Jessica Mason is one of them. She's going to be speaking about what they do in the hearing department there. We've also taken on some new things with the cochlear implant and the Baha devices, so she's going to be talking about that. As audiologists, they work with that as well. So we're excited about that and to share. She is sweet and delightful, and I know she's going to do a fantastic job, and she's very excited to come and join us. So definitely get the word out. That's going to be a good presentation.
2, I mean 3.
What?
Megan,
Megan? Yes,
so we have 3 audiologists.
we do. I'm not sure what level, if she has her doctorate as well, but I know Libby and Jessica have their doctorate. Yes, any other questions or comments? Nothing? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank
welcome.
you,
You
Katie.
did a wonderful job.
You did.
Well, hopefully you'll enjoy your beads and have fun with them.
Yes,
Yes, indeed.
sure.
Feel the weight.
Yeah, I-
Severity already.
They definitely are. It's so funny. When you have a whole load of them. Well, in some of the pictures you can see a little bit, but not to the magnitude.
Well, I think it's time to eat some more.
Yeah.